totally and brutally honest here. Sean Corbin makes Valery Brudov look like Ivan Drago. It's as simple as that. He's beat what's in front of him tonight. He faces me. He's going to visit mental demons again. And let's get something straight. Come to me, mate. You come to me. Next time, ain't no judge is going to be needed. I'm going to do worse than Kovalev. I am going to do worse than Kovalev.
On Saturday night, mate, you better hold it together. I'm going to smash it near you to pieces, mate. I'm going to hit him. When he gets in the ring and we get 10-ounce gloves on, I'm going to smash his head to bits. I'm going to do it November the 30th against all odds. No matter what people say, the journalists write what you want. All as I'll say is tune back in and then look at me on December the 1st when I am world champion. It's as simple as that.
I'm willing to die in that ring. It's as simple as that. I am willing to die. I'm willing to die, Zachary. Is he?
You fucking rat!
Right, let's get stuck in on the Bellew of the Weeks, everybody. KD, the BG, has been nominated by Boxing Bert 84, talking about Vladimir Klitschko. He was pillow-fisted, his fights were boring, and he also had been knocking out bums. He had no power, said KD. All right then, Chris Crotty. I wouldn't like to take a punch on Vlad. That's all I'm saying. Chris Crotty has nominated Tundi. I'm getting the feeling this won't be the first or the last time we've heard from this gentleman. Tundi on IFL commentating before the fight, commenting even on the annals of history instead of the annals of history.
There's Donny.
Yard is going to go. Yard's going to go down in the 7-year annals. Well, he was fighting in the arse end of nowhere, Andy.
Oh, I like that.
The best
the
of
brown male.
Short notice.
The brown male.
Michael has been nominated by Luke Baker. If Kell Brook didn't break his eye socket against Triple G, he would have won the fight on points, in my opinion. Kyle Brooks has been nominated by Chris Taylor. If Dave Allen and Anthony Fowler get put on this Cheeseman Fitzgerald card, it could be the card of the year. Greg Cross has nominated Tyson Fury and Michelle Joy Phelps. Michelle says to Fury, "What's your view on drugs in boxing?" Fury says, "It's a load of shit, not interested, no comment. I'll smash shit out of them drugs, or no drugs, coked up or whatever. Nomination for the big con man," says Greg Cross. Chad Hogan, one of many nominations.
Says the Femi fan, eh?
Good old Greg. He's one of our Patreon top guys, Andy, so we're going to have to stick with him, give him a pat on the back. But the self-defense boxing casual.
Come on, Greg. At least he puts
Fury was full of shit. Fury was full of shit though, wasn't he? In that interview.
I never watched it. To be honest with you, never watched
Fury's selling it the same way AJ was selling it. He's just more entertaining. That's all. Everything is just a persona with these guys. Like Wilder too. The three of them are fucking. Do you know what I mean? Although I do believe AJ might be legit crazy underneath the surface. Like I think that's fucking becoming more evident. Like as the weeks roll on, but we'll get to that. Like.
Oh, I'd love that, Rob, if AJ went full on Riddick Bowe.
I think he's not far off. Who was the guy the night after the Ruiz fight? Scouse guy came on the pod. He's a nice guy. Came on the call and he said like
Paul
as well. He was kind of, he was alluding to like he was like AJ's gonna fucking do something bipolar in the next few years. Like it's right. It's common. Like
he may legitimately be a psychopath.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, I think when he said it, like something fucking dawned on me. I was like, I'm looking at all these quotes different. I'm like, this guy's on the fucking edge, man. This is Charles Manson shit. Like,
from Charles Martin to Charles Manson, it's the natural progression, I suppose.
Manson probably would have put up a better fight, in fairness.
I still maintain that Prince Charles was stopped too early, man. Go and watch it, anybody who doesn't believe me. Anyway, back to Bellew of the Weeks.
He was stopped too early. He didn't get done counting all his money yet.
Chad Hogan has nominated Chris Socket. He's just replying to Sam Jones's tweet. "Keep ruffling feathers along the way, Sam. People get upset, but shows you're doing something right. You're the next Eddie Hearn." I don't know whether he means that as a compliment or not. Hugh Janus has nominated Bitcoin Boxing. Tundi was saying that Kovalev was scared during the weigh-in. Tundi could see that fear and realisation printed all over his face. Kovalev done a terrible job at hiding it, said Bitcoin Boxing. Speculation from Bitcoin Boxing there. Chad Hogan has nominated MTK Global for giving themselves a pat on the back for Mike Coppinger's top 10 most powerful entities in boxing. Take Ames has nominated Tundi as well. This is going down in the annals of history. Richard Birch has nominated Nicky Wass for requesting the Scouse Mayweather on the bill. Get him on the bill, Edward. He's talking about Anthony Fowler on that Liverpool card.
Scouse Mayweather.
Fucking hell.
Scouse
He's talking
Mayweather.
about current Floyd Senior.
Get your double glazing windows, kidder.
Call today.
Imagine Floyd getting dropped by Scott Fitzgerald.
I have a left hook to
You never know. Could happen. Coach has been nominated by Big Bert for saying that there aren't many in British boxing with more integrity than Tony Bellew.
Let's do it right now, you fucking rat.
I will
The
die
pizza
now.
one was the best, wasn't it? The pizza one, talking at the opening of Papa John's Pizzas. I love that one, man.
Oh, leave him alone. Just let him get out of the limelight. Fuck's
I'm
sake.
willing
Man
I'm
can't-
willing to die in that ring. I'm willing to die in that ring.
Oh,
keep on
what a
bringing him back.
fucking gift that keeps on
He's
giving,
one
yeah.
Aye. Chris Johnson has nominated Mark Williams, MBE, snooker legend Mark Williams. Eddie Hearn has to be the best boxing promoter ever. Now he's got Triple G. Hashtag, is there anyone he ain't got worth having? I think that hashtag could take off Mark. I think Mark Williams used to do a bit of boxing himself, actually, in the past. So I don't want to go in too tough on him. Toby Hines nominated Pan-African for saying that AJ's comeback will be one of the best ever. Yeah, man, up there with Ali after 3 years out. Leonard after 5 years who won fight. Thumbs up. Toby Hines, cut in there, isn't buying it. Sam has nominated Bob Aram, who tweeted out his Twitter passcode, reset code. Maybe you should stay off the old Twitter there, Bob. I'm not sure if he got back, if he got back in or not. For anyone asking, it was QZ13.
It reminded me of when Frank Warren thought he was in direct messenger with someone, and he's like, "Oh yeah, baby," and he tweeted it out.
I thought it was an Asian buck. He likes the Asians as well, Bob. Like him and Ali with the hairs and that in Manila.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Where's Tommy, by the way? He's looking a bit kind of gone these days.
Tommy's quit, man. Peter Quillen, he's always good value. He tweets it out randomly. Do you have to be a scientist to be a Scientologist? That's what Peter Quillen tweets. He's good value on Twitter. You should follow him. He's thick.
His next fight's gonna have a good value. I know, by the way, for the fucking shitter.
Should tell him to go up to headquarters and ask that question, and he'll find out after they take a few million off him. And maybe he could be a Scientologist as well. Big Petey.
Have you never been approached by the Scientologist, Rob? Go over to the rapping Illuminati?
No, well, as far as I'm concerned, the jury's out on science.
Could get Tom Cruise in one of your videos. Anyway, Captain Chunk17 has nominated the comments in Andy Ruiz's announcement for his fight coming up against Anthony Joshua. Kev Kilgallen isn't impressed by Lomachenko. The dude lost a fight, plus he's had less than 20 fights. He's good, but he ain't no Mayweather. That was Hamid who nominated him for that one. Chad has nominated Devin Haney. I have Yard to upset Kovalev, says Devin. Chad Hogan has nominated one that you guys might be interested in. Master Knowledge himself. Okay,
yes.
I repeat, I'm loved in the community. Your neighbours, he's talking to Official Walks here, by the way. Your neighbours don't even know who you are, so spare me this nonsense. See this guy, right? Andy, I said I wasn't going to do this, but you see this fucking Spencer Finger. He is pissing me right off. This is the absolute master of the straw man argument. I mean, whenever they're asking him about B samples and about Dillian White, he starts going on about Dillian White comes from the ends. He comes from nothing. So, I mean, if you want to apply that to his comments on Sergei Kovalev about being a racist, which were legitimate but completely out of context, that's okay. Sergei Kovalev might be a racist, but he comes from nothing. He comes from the ends. You know, I mean, we're going to apply that to everything now. It's just absolute bullshit, man.
Comes to the India bottle.
He's arguing with Official Walks, this guy, and then he starts talking about he's loved in the community. What the fuck has that got to do with anything? It has absolutely nothing to do with it. Under his criteria, Anthony Yard's performance on Saturday night, under Spencer's own criteria, was shit, because he said beforehand that he was going to smash an old drunkard. That's what he said. So for Yard to come out and
play the recording
in the cold light of day, well, we can't hear them, can we?
I don't want to hear no excuses when he gets beat by this young, fresh lion because everyone's trying to take like, oh, but he's going into the lion's den. Obviously he is, but it's lions in the camp. He's gonna grab this thing with 2 hands.
Lions in the camp, baby.
And he's gonna shock you lot of the world. He's not gonna shock me.
Yeah, he bought on that bullshit big style, didn't he? See Spencer Fearon, right? Spencer Fearon is the sort of guy who masturbates wearing a blindfold and then claims it wasn't him and believes himself, right? That is the fucking type of guy we're talking about, by the way, right? He makes up shit, he puts out lies, he tries to muddy the water. The guy is a complete and utter racist, cock-end fucking cunt muscle, and I hope he dies. I really do. He's a fucking prick. A fucking prick racist, by the way, because you look at his predictions. We'll just go back to the comment about Dillian White, for example. He came for the ends. You see how he fucking mentioned it, right? Rivas failed the test. I mean, he jumped right onto that. You know, he came for Jamaica with absolutely nothing. Well, so fucking what? What did Oscar Rivas come for?
Rivas is for fucking Colombia.
Colombia, for fuck's sake, man. The people who come out of Colombia and actually make something to themselves are actually fucking people who are mentally fucking tough. Fucking, you know, fair play, White. But what the fuck's that going to do with anything that he failed the drugs test because he came for Jamaica? Fucking Rivas came for Colombia with fucking. I think he gave himself a silver spoon in his fucking mouth. I think he got everything for fucking free. Yeah, fucking tosser. No, I say, Steve, I hope he fucking walks in front of a car one day actually and he ends up in the fucking boot. He's an absolute fucking prick. Absolute fucking prick.
Apart from that, he's alright though, isn't he?
That started out as a Steve rant and it became an Andy rant.
Well, mine wasn't going to quite end there, to be honest, but
Jeez.
there you go.
No, but I agree with
suppose
Steve's point about every time you see this guy get challenged, like every time you see him get challenged, he just starts talking about something else. And if you don't understand him, then you're not vibrating on the same vibration that he's on. You know what I mean? So, you know, he's just the fucking. I think he's. Look, you know what? I think he's actually a joke at this stage. I don't even listen. When I hear him give his opinion, I'm just like, all right, man, cool. We'll see how it plays out. Like, you know, I like. If you can't see, if you're being honest as just an impartial person and you watched that fight last night, like most of the Americans, they saw the guy win one round and that was it. And they saw him do everything wrong and they saw him blow an opportunity that was there for him if he had been better prepared. And that's the long and short of it. So he can fucking say what he wants, but that's what happened in the fight. So
Steve, did you get
to live with that one?
Did you get the tweet, the one about Buddy McGirt and Ajayi that he mentioned to Walks?
Oh,
the question isn't who.
Yeah.
The question isn't who the better trainer, right? The question is who is the better trainer, has a better relationship with their fighter, and that is Tunde Ajayi by a country mile. In fact, Buddy McGirt hates Krusher Kovalev and is poisoning his water because of the monkey comments. An absolute fucking banger.
He's got to be trolling with that. Like he's got to be wanting to wind up there. Like has to be like.
I'm actually a Buddy McGirt fan as a coach and as a
like
fighter. I think he's actually very. And I would actually probably say along the lines of maybe not as crude as what Spencer's saying. I do believe he's trolling there, but yeah, I'll say probably Buddy McGirt. I tell you what, can't stand Kovalev, to be honest.
I tell you what you didn't see though, Buddy McGirt going on IFL afterwards and saying this was we did this tonight. It was me and Sergei's journey together. We did this. We put himself in the fucking front of the camera. He just said good luck to the other side and he was out, like, you know what I mean? So there's a big difference there, like where the losing trainer is on the thing giving an Oscar winning performance for 15 minutes after his fighter's gone to the hospital.
And he earned his money as well. Like in the after the 8th round, he gave it to Kovalev straight. You know, he doesn't want another Dadashev. It's a few weeks after Dadashev, and he ended up stopping the fight just a little bit too late. And you know, you don't blame him for it. You couldn't predict that, really. He was the one who pulled his man out when he should have. But Kovalev knew he was serious because he's not fucking around. And I think that gave him the rocket up his ass he needed to come back in the 9th and beat the shit out of Yard.
And I think that's what you should be aspiring. As an over on Bellew the week, so it's more lighthearted, but that's what you should be aspiring to be. Not telling everybody that they should be aspiring to be like you when you're set up the fucking wrong way. You should be aspiring to be like Buddy McGirt, not the fucking other way around. Like, oh my god. Anyway.
No, you're okay. Jason Chuckroo is enjoying the rant. Maybe I should just chill out and not start worrying it. But I think there is a lack of integrity around things, especially things like PEDs and the contradictions. I know we laugh about them and all that, but at the end of the day, it's just just egregious, isn't it? And, yeah, we're on Bellew. Chad Hogan has nominated Raging Babe for saying that Kovalev, I think she had Yard ahead at one point in the fight, coming up to the 9th round. Also, Lou DiBella gave Yard the first round. People seem to think he was doing pretty well. Not the type of fight that I saw. Vincent Saunders has been nominated as well by Gavin Stevens. I think he was pretty much calling Lomachenko a bit of a bum. Greg Cross, Boxing Casual, nomination for BT for putting Tyson Fury versus Otto Wallin on pay-per-view. Ricky Cover Fan Gravel, fan_cover, has nominated Mike Coppinger for saying that Kovalev scored a big come-from-behind KO victory after absorbing tremendous amount of punishment in the 8th round. Also, this was a good one from Ricky. He nominated Joe Gallagher for suggesting that someone would cry because they met Callum Smith. Joe Gallagher put up on Instagram, he showed a picture of some guy getting his shirt signed by Callum Smith over in Mexico, I believe it was, and Joe said, real touching moment out here tonight when a fan of world champion Callum Smith, I'm sure there's plenty flying about Mexico, realised he was seeing the champ. He was totally overwhelmed and had tears of joy. Boxing, some sport that impacts and inspires people all over the world. I doubt very much that Callum Smith is having that type of effect on people across the world, but that's what Joe Gallagher seems to be implying. So Ricky has nominated that one.
Viva Callum Smith. Okay.
Turning up in the flipping slums of Mexico, and all the Callum Smith fans are coming out of the shacks to get their t-shirts signed. All right then, Joe.
That's an L for Joe, or an El Perro if you're in Mexico.
Good one from Bobby's on form tonight. Chris Mason has nominated Jack. We're getting towards the end of them now. Anthony Yard, excuse me, could step up to heavyweight now and beat Lenroy Thomas and Price. In fact, that is all the ones I've got. So some strong front runners then, guys. Particularly the Chuckle Brothers, Old Tunde and Spencer Fearon. Not really any for Eddie this week. The limelight's been taken off him, I suppose, with this BT Sport one. Dave, any nominations from you?
No one else. Just Spencer. Good old Spencer. Though I'm not going to say I hope he dies. No. I think the whole master knowledge thing, I think that's a troll. I've seen him take the piss out of himself a few times for that, like getting things wrong.
You said you hope Povetkin gets brain damage, you prick.
Well, yeah, that's different.
That's no fucking different.
Spencer
Fearon is something that adds to society's illnesses, by the way. He's a fucking disease. We need Sylvester Stallone back as the Cobra to fucking deal with this disease, by the way. I mean, seriously, who wants to fucking...
I don't hope he dies. We need him around, you know. He makes for good banter. The problem is,
we don't need him around. We need him fucking lined up against a one shot.
When he trolls, or when he gets trolled, he can't take it back. You know, he's happy to do it himself. He's happy to speak all the shit in the world. But as we saw with that meltdown, like, I'm well loved in my community. Trust me. You know, and his whole meltdown yesterday since Yard, he's like saying it was actually a victory with how well he performed. You know, it obviously is. He can't
Porky
take.
better watch his back, by the way. Porky better watch his back, apparently.
Oh, Porky and Spencer have some beef, right? Yeah. So yeah, sorry.
Jason Chuckwit. Yeah, go on.
Go ahead, Steve. To answer your question, I have no nominations.
No, that's fine. Jason Chuckwit was saying that I forgot to mention Ben Davidson saying Yard is a better boxer than Kovalev, but I think we covered that one last week, Jason.
Yeah, that was last week, yeah.
That was the last one. Bellew of the week for Yards dancing as well, says MB. So, any from you, Gabe? Are you respected in your local community, Gabe? Are you the type of guy that people knock on the door for a helping hand?
Helping hand. I hope my hand in your purse then, don't worry about it.
Is Gabe even still with us? Has he gone?
Yeah, he's way back patrolling the perimeter, mate.
Building the wall. I think Gabe's gone.
He's got the carbine rock and roll ready to fucking go. Cart lock, ready to rock, bitch.
Rob, any nominations from you?
Just the one of Amir in London, posing in London in an old-fashioned phone box for the gram. So he's outside the phone box with the phone out in his hand, looking over the London Bridge or something, saying, of all the cities I've visited in the world, London is one of the best or something. And I was wondering, what the fuck is Amir Khan doing in a phone box? But then I thought maybe the wife was after telling him, Yeah, no smartphones for you because you can put Skype on it. Fucking ring me from the phone box, dickhead. So,
He probably
just
went for
what
a pish though, eh?
yeah.
That's really what he done.
Could
Who
be
is
doing
it?
Probably
anything.
ringing one of those. He's probably ringing one of those old sex lines you used to get in the exchange and Mart.
So he's ringing the wife to say happy 27th day or 8th or 9th, but whatever the fuck your birthday is.
Good old Amir. Yeah, that was a good nomination. I like Amir. He's a harmless simpleton, isn't he? So yeah, I'm gonna go for. Have we still got Gabe? I think Gabe's actually gone. I'm gonna go for Fear on Rob, but I have cooled a little bit since Bellew of the Week started because maybe he's just a bit of a troller and maybe I shouldn't take this thing so seriously. And
It's
get my
just,
blood pumping
yeah,
on
I just,
Sunday evening.
yeah, I don't take him so seriously. Like, I just laugh at what he says now. Like, you know what I mean? I look at it, some of the YouTube stuff, and it gets me for a second, and I'm like, look at this guy, though. Like, you know, what do we expect at this stage from him? That's the way he is. That's his whole persona. Like, it's just, there's guys like that all over. Like, but yeah, so in terms of Bellew of the Week, I don't know, man. It's a strong week. Tunde has to get it for me, like, just for his whole, just everything that he said in the build up. Like, it just really, like, not showing the humility that you should be showing after a performance like that. Like, his fighter got hurt in the last 2 rounds, as Andy said at the start of the show. I wouldn't be that inclined to be in the limelight after something like that. Like, I think you have to, like, when you hear a fighter like Ward, as good as Ward, saying that, yeah, it could do good if you make some adjustments, it should be taken from that and letting the kid be as good as he could be, like, instead of bullshitting him with this fucking shtick. Like, that's all I could say about it.
Andy, who you going for?
Spencer X. Without
Spencer
question.
X for Andy.
Without question.
Spencer X for you, Dave. Tunde's put in a strong shift, hasn't he?
He really has, Tunde, but there were no take-home one-liners from him, really. Although at the beginning of his post-fight interview on IFL, he says, he dared to be great. No, we dared to be great. Like, just summing up the entire problem right there. But yeah, I'm going to give it to Spencer. His meltdown was hilarious. And this is why we need him around, you know? He makes for good banter. So thanks, Spence. Yeah, you win.
Yeah. I think Dave's probably right. Sending out good vibrations and across the universe, Spencer. Congratulations. You might not have won the fight over the weekend, but you've won the Bellew of the Week. You are the esteemed winner.